Hi guys, this is Dan from Magic Pachinko with another short video on a vintage Pachinko machine. If you enjoy watching these videos, please consider subscribing. You can do that below. Click on the subscribe button, and I think there's a bell or something you can click on, so you'll get a notification when we make new videos. Most of the videos are made for the new owners of the machines that I restore, not the new owners, the original owners. So that they see their machine and it explains to them how the machines work. But I also do instructional videos on certain portions of the restoration process. So all good stuff at my YouTube channel. I'll put the address in the description. And then Magic Pachinko Restorations is the website. That's where you want to go if you have any questions regarding a restoration. You can use the contact page to get through to me, and I'll get back to you right away. Please leave a phone number. My generation likes to talk on the phone, so I will call you, and I will call you right away, and it'll be a 585 number coming back to you. Okay, so today we've got a nice vintage Mizuho machine. I believe this is probably from 75, 76. The Showa year is not there, so I can't verify that. This particular machine had been purchased a number of years ago and spent some time in a downstairs bar setup for the original owner. And then eventually it got put into storage and kind of forgotten about. Unfortunately, it got tossed around pretty good. The ashtray is just broken right off and gone. The window over here that would be clear plastic where you can look in and see the balls feeding in to the machine was broken and gone. That's a molded piece of plastic, so unless you have that piece, it's pretty hard to get something in there that fits. This owner only wanted a functional restoration done, so what I did is I told her I'd do a little bit of extra work for her, and I pulled everything off but the nails and rails. We cleaned all of these parts, and then I went in and this is very labor intensive, but I went in and cleaned this playfield. You have to go around all the nails and things like that. If you're considering doing that, I'll give you one warning when you do it. I just took a cotton ball and put some awesome on it and went in and just cleaned up. And that'll cut through that nicotine and dirt very quickly. But you don't want to saturate that cotton ball, because what'll happen is as you go along the nails, you're pushing moisture under the paper and it will stain. And once it's stained, it stays stained. So use a minimal amount of liquid as you clean, and then dry it very quickly if you can. But it cleaned up real nice. Everything else got all cleaned on the front, polished the chrome, so on and so forth. Now on the back, this machine presented its own set of problems. The first of which is that there was no electrical system on it whatsoever, except for the two switches. There's a leaf switch in here and a micro switch here. But all the wiring was just gone. It had been cut off and thrown away. I have no idea why. So I redid all of the wiring. That's pretty easy. And then I thought, okay, we're all set. Let's try this out. I loaded it all up. And when I got the first jackpot, I heard balls go all over the floor. And it's like, okay, that's not supposed to happen. So I came back, and if you can come in on this, John, right in here, this should have had a cover that would have covered this whole area, the jackpot cover. But this specific area right in here is where the balls, when the balls are loaded in here, let me get, well, in a minute I will. This opens, this piece right here opens, and it drops the balls straight down. Well, they won't drop, they don't necessarily drop straight down. They tend to want to come out as they drop. And if this isn't here, they'll go all over the floor. So I just cut this piece of plexiglass until it fit in there. So now they drop like they should. So that's okay. No seesaw cover here. Again, that's okay. It doesn't affect anything. This also didn't have the lower track cover. And fortunately, one of the ones that I print actually fit up in here. So this is actually from a Nisogen machine, but it fit, served the purpose. So there were a number of things wrong on the back of this. Interesting with the Mizuhos, you see these clips right here. There's one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And the way these machines are designed, if you back these around, I don't want to do it now, but if you back these around, this whole unit will actually come off in one piece. And there's another clip up here that holds this back when you're playing. But it's nice, you just release the clips and you can just take the entire guts right off the machine. And then of course you got to tear it all apart, clean it, and put it all back on. But kind of makes it nice when you're doing a restoration. So when you get the machine, you're going to plug in your little power supply and just plug it into the little pigtail here. And what should happen is specifically this light will come on. This is the ball out light. It's controlled by this micro switch. When there are plenty of balls in here, this goes up and turns the light off. But when there's no balls in it, the light will come on and stay on. Right now the jackpot light is on, and the reason it's on is because the seesaw is tipped. So the correct position of the seesaw is, right now this is left end up, right end down. It should be the exact opposite way. So underneath here is a little plunger, and if you push up on this, it resets the seesaw, right end up, left end down, which is the way it should be. It will also turn the light off. Okay? So when you go to load this, the default on this is ready to load. When you want to dump the balls, you are going to work this here. So when you pull back on this, it allows, let me get a point on here. When you pull back on this, it allows these two arms to swing way up here and let the balls drop that are in the system. What you want is you need to pull back on this, let the arms drop, and then you see the top of the arm right here. When you put balls in this will push down and stay down and allow the ball to go over into the jackpot, and they'll be right in this position, and that's what you want. You don't want them down like that. When they're down like this, it prevents the jackpot arm from moving, but you'll see the difference once we load it. So make sure that you push over on this, that you can see the arms up here, and then you're simply going to take a handful of balls and let them run through the system. And they should run and go right into the jackpot. And once you've got enough balls in, you can see that these little arms move up where they should be. The light is still on because there's not enough balls in the machine yet. So once you know it's loading properly, that's when you load this thing right up. Now, if you've got 500 balls, you want to put 480 of them right here. You only need about a handful, 20 balls to start playing. Now it's full here. It pushed down onto the micro switch. It turned the light off. That's what you want. By the way, this little red arm here is a maintenance piece. When it's in there all the way, it stops the balls right here. So if the maintenance people didn't want the balls into the jackpot, they would just flip this over. For home play, you always want to make sure this is flipped back and let the balls go through the system. So system is loaded. Push up on this to make sure that the seesaw is correct. So right now we're ready to go. What you'll need is some sort of a box, or I use like a plastic shoebox here, just to catch the balls that lose will drop out here, and the balls that win will drop out here. Okay. So let's turn this kid around. And now you're going to put a handful of balls right here. And when you launch this, you're going to use the finger rest and pull down and let go. So it's pull down and let it roll up, pull down and let it roll off your thumb, and that will launch a pachinko ball. Now, if you go all the way down and launch, it's going to come around and hit the bunker that's here. If you want to have a ball come down on this side, again, pull all the way down. You're going to let off just a little bit and then launch. Like that, so you can keep them on the left side. The ideal situation is you launch them so that they lose their momentum and come down through this system. As they come down, it'll activate the center attraction and open the tulips. This is Tarzan and Jane. Let's get a better look at this. There's actually a little Tarzan in there. And there's a Jane over there. And hopefully we'll get a win. If we don't, I'll force a win so you can see the there's like crocodile jaws in there that'll open and close. All right, so let's see if we can get some wins here. Well, we didn't have much luck with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this up and show you a couple of things, and then we'll play again. So when a ball goes up in here, it's going to drop straight down through. And there's the jaws. Actually, that's not jaws. Now that I get a better look at it, it's a little monkey. That'll go down through, and it'll open these tulips. Then if a ball goes in on the left side of this, it'll open, or left side or right side, it'll open that. So now that we've got the tulips open, that gives you a much larger target to shoot at, so we should be able to get some wins here. So that's the Mizuho. Hope you like it.